Continuing in our health lead, the very first Phase 3 clinical trial in the U.S. for a coronavirus vaccine started today. The Moderna National Institutes of Health trial is expected to include 30,000 uninfected adult volunteers from across the nation. CNN senior medical correspondent Elizabeth Cohen joins us now live from Savannah, Georgia, where the very first patient was vaccinated this morning. Elizabeth, explain to us how this trial will work and how soon we could know if this vaccine is effective.
Jake, the way that it works is that 30,000 people will be vaccinated in the United States. The first one was here in Savannah, Georgia, as you mentioned, in the entire country. And what they're going to do is 15,000 people will get the actual vaccine that's been made by Moderna, and 15,000 people will get a placebo, and then they'll be followed to see who fares better than, hopefully the vaccine group will fare better than the placebo group. I got to speak with Dawn Baker. She was the first person in the U.S. to receive an injection and in this trial, in the Phase 3 trial. And let's take a listen to her thoughts. Now, you don't know if you got the vaccine or the placebo, but either way, you're helping to find a cure.
Either way, it's a really important role to have and to be a part of that research. And I never thought that I'd do something like this.
You are the first person in the United States to get a shot in a Phase 3 COVID trial. What does that feel like?
It is very exciting. I'm very anxious about it. I just hope that they're really, really good results. I know a lot of people are doing a lot of different vaccine trials and things are going on, but number one, I feel so proud.
So while this is the first Phase 3 vaccine trial in the U.S., there are 4 others that are already underway in other parts of the world, 1 in the U.K. and 3 in China. Jake?
Elizabeth, what do we know about these thousands of volunteers?
What we know is they're adults, and they can actually have illnesses. They don't need to be completely healthy. There aren't very many health things that would keep you out of this trial. But what they're looking for, Jake, is people who are out and about in the community. If you're someone who's working from home, staying home, getting your groceries delivered, they don't want you in this study, and I'll explain why. They want to either vaccinate you or give you the placebo, and then have you go out in the community and have you run into COVID-19. That's the only way that they can test whether or not the vaccine works. So they're really looking for people from high-risk communities.
If the trial were to show that this vaccine is not effective, and obviously we all hope that it's effective, but if it were to show that it's not effective, what then?
You know, they just wouldn't use it. If it's not effective, it wouldn't get an approval or an authorization from the FDA, and we would all move on. There are 3 other vaccines that will be in Phase 3 trials in this country. Hopefully one of them will work, or maybe one of the ones from another country will work, and they'll sell it to us. But if one of these doesn't turn out to work, that really is okay, because there's so many other shots on goal, as it were.
And as you note, there are other ones happening around the world. What can you tell us about those? Are they in the same stage, earlier stages, all of the above?
So 4 of them are actually even farther along than this one, and that's the 3 in China and 1 in the UK. And then there are dozens more that are not quite so far along. In other words, they're in clinical trials, but they haven't reached Phase 3. Phase 3 is the large, thousands of people, or sometimes even, in this case, for example, tens of thousands of people. It's the last stage before you get authorization from the FDA. So there are many others behind this and a few others ahead of this.
All right, Elizabeth Cohen in Savannah, Georgia, thank you so much.